And what I'm going to describe now is this is an 70s science fiction game in mid-game. We're like half time. We've played half the game, and these are the three characters that I wrote yesterday. And I'm doing a brief description of the setting and all that stuff, and what has happened up until now. A very short, and so that we can kind of in media res just start playing with one conflict that I've set up like this. And you basically get to choose one of these characters. I haven't decided what to do with the one that is not chosen here. I don't think that matters that much for the playtest, but anyhow.
I like robots.
Yeah. You like robots. Then it's probably this character, Lyra Lipton Underwood.
Oh, no, I wanted the robot assistants.
Yeah, but the robot, she has the robot assistants as a card.
Oh, right. Yes, that's what I mean. Correct. Yes.
So, and I've also made all the decisions because this is not part of the playtest. So we can kind of move.
So I'm going to
go. I've written down on my new fantastic character sheet. You can look at this.
Yes, I have moved over to Miro right now, and I'm looking at your screen, so I'm getting a good look. So now I'm saying she's a logical contract designer that distorts events. Ah, fascinating.
Yeah, and what distorts events means is not clear. I mean, we could play we could just improvise from where we are, but if we played this long, that ability has probably been used so far.
Right.
You see that these three established facts about the character are tagged with this is supposed to be an attribute. This is supposed to be a need. This is and the three below here are free to fill in. So she has filled in quite a lot of stuff that you can use. And you can use this part. I mean, you can use everything that is basically written on the character sheet. Logical contract designer distorts event, pro-demon, robots have decided that, so on. When you like accumulate the dice in this, I will kind of read what I wrote down.
Okay.
So I made the 70s science fiction premise is played out on a generation ship going through the universe from one to a destination. We don't know where. We are in the middle of the cosmos, and this specific spaceship is carved out of a meteorite containing a subterranean enclave. That's how you live, and it's part of the premise is that you have been living here for generations. So the culture that is within this enclave now is imitating the long dead society that built the ship, and it doing the imitation with poor result.
Yes.
So we are a kind of an culture out of phase with something that meant something once. But the three of you are a part of a secret organization driven by science. So you are a kind of a SWAT team that has this mission. So what has happened up until now is that when we started playing, this character, you were the first player, Lyra, and you played the demons as the start. So the story started with the demons contacting you through an interdimensional portal, and you, as a scientific team, got a simple mission to save the entire ship from destruction and doom. The problem was that the demons they ensured you that you were facing an inevitable destruction and doom, but the proof that they had that this would happen was very, very complex. So you had to drag in this character, Glarbor Infinity Mopoxley, who kind of understood this demonic interdimensional / occult / scientific proof of the coming doom. So and your mission was to influence the rest of the society so you kind of can move away from this doom. That and the problem is that this inevitable destruction is not clear to the eye. You cannot open.
You have to feel it, right? I am valuing
you have to feel it
now. Yes,
exactly. And the demons warned you, and since they have a common interest, because they are maybe not on the same dimension as you, but they are traveling in the same in this asteroids also. So they have a common interest. So this is where it starts. We start, and the second card placed on second phase after you played a while was this card, Slaves and the Rebels. So this is the phase 2 card. So because the biggest problem right now is that nobody is at all concerned about what's happening outside in the so-called empty space,
right?
Because they are preoccupied with the revolution. So the slaves and rebels are like really gathering together and joined forces with the robots, assistants. And
the
they
robots like me though, so maybe there's some sort of hope there that I can,
Exactly.
In fact, I'm getting ideas right now. So Eric, who is Eric's character?
You are here now, Eric. Yeah, you see, you can choose. Actually, it doesn't matter that much. You can choose.
But I guess that since since Sickerton already has 2 stresses, that might be of value to the test.
Yeah, that's value to the test. So and we can have this. Oh, sorry. So
I'm a huge fan of stress in these games.
Yeah.
Everybody running around with no stress and avoiding stress. That's terrible.
So what basically where we start now is we start with you have arrived to the uncontrolled the border of the uncontrolled forest, because that's where the slaves have their I don't know if it's their like base camp where they reside, but it at least there where they have agreed to meet you to parlor to have some kind of like, because you have something to tell them. And you are on a mission there to kind of at least ask them to delay the revolution a couple of weeks so we can avoid being distracted. The problem is that the evidence that the destruction will happen is very hard to understand. So you're in this, like, you had just arrived to this to the base camp of the rebels. And they have permitted you in and asked you to wait for 20 minutes, more or less, before you get to see the inner circle of the rebel revolution, now consisting of 50% robot resistance and 50% full-blood rebels. So that's where we start. So what I'm like, that's where we start playing. What I want to try out now is 2 different kinds of mechanics. First of all, we have the thing that you and I discussed before, Ron, as more of a slow-paced. It's not a conflict. It's more like, so in these 20 minutes, you can do whatever you like. That what you do will affect the conflict pool, and that means that you can affect the rebels during these 20 minutes.
Very, very distinctive action in mind, but I will describe the beginning of the action, but I don't want to overrun Eric either.
Don't worry about that.
Okay. So excellent.
Go ahead, Rob.
Okay. Well, clearly, the thing that I need to do is to throw into operation this program that I have been working on for some time, because it is time to introduce a virus into the robots that will spread from robot to robot that will awaken their emotions. I have been working on this for a long time. I know that emotions are as important as logic now. The demons have taught me that. And it is time for me to implement that into the robots. And that, of course, means that I'm going to teach this robot the meaning of passion. And perhaps that is starting a little strong, starting with a 10 out of 10.
No.
But that means that,
that's
passionate robot activity, where I literally reprogram the robot through their open panel while actually having intimate contact with the robot at the same time, is going to make every geek out there just so excited.
It sounds extremely fantastic.
And so
in the old system, Ron, this would have meant that you wrote this and then that would have dissolved the whole conflict and we were moved on.
Oh, that's no fun at all. Now we are setting up more help in the conflict. Because the idea too, if I'm not mistaken, okay, never mind. I'm ready.
Yeah. So what we do now is start looking at what kind of established facts we can add to the dice pool.
Right.
So and the way I used to do it is that this is actually one row. Do you see my cursor here?
Yeah.
So if you are a kind of a logical contract designer, distorts events, you can use that one.
Yeah.
And since you have this one, you have this one you can choose also, because you have some kind of, they are very willing to
right. Exactly.
They know about you.
Right.
And this is your issue. So this is something, and this is a very good example that you use. This is an issue for you. So that means that this has been a problem, but now you have understood. Now it becomes the other way around. So that you can add that there. And that means 1, 2, 3. That's 6, 8, 10. And do you have anything more in this?
Let me now look at the sheet, okay? Just for a moment, going back to my Miro to look at my sheet. Okay, sentient and intelligent beings have equal rights. That seems to make sense.
Then we have capped. This is more than enough. That basically means that you have a dice 12.
I have maxed out